All right, so first thing we're gonna do is take it out of the bag. After they're out of the bag, you can either put it on a table or on the floor, and then you stretch them out, and you're gonna want the curtain side facing the bases. So both of these, like that. So both of these are the curtain side, and what we're gonna do next is with this pole, it's gonna stretch out to 8 feet. And you're gonna wanna put the thicker side in first, just because it's gonna be a little bit sturdier. So what we're gonna do is unfold it completely on one side, unfold it completely on the next side. Push it through this side. Push it all the way through till it comes out the other side. Make sure you stretch this one out as well, the smaller. All right, so now they're both, this side is sticking out, and you got this side sticking out. So what you're gonna do next is grab these poles, put one on this side, put another one on this side, and then you want to tighten it. All right, once they're both tightened, you're gonna want to make sure that these holes right here, if you can come closer, these holes right here are aligned with the ones over there, because this is where the rod's gonna go through. So you're gonna want to align it, make it look, make it like flush. And with this next part coming up, it's easier. You can do it alone, but it's far much more easier if you have two people helping you. Okay, so for this next part, I am gonna do it alone just in case, you know, you end up like not having any help. So what you're gonna do next is you're gonna wanna make these poles even with the flower walls. So you make it a little bit even. You see how it's sticking out on this side? So you want to push it in a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely even, because right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring these close together. All right, and do you think you mind bringing the camera here a little bit? So basically what I'm gonna do is on these holes right here, I'm gonna put it in on one side, and then I am gonna do the same thing on the other side. And now it's gonna be on the bases. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to push in these rods, poles, whatever you want to call them. All right, so if we did have two people, what we would do is one person would be on one side and the other on the other side. And what we do is you undo the top one first. Is easier to do just because the top one's going to be up here first. So what you do is just undo it, and then you raise it up. And then if we had two people, the other person would be on the other side, raising it up simultaneously. What you do is just raise it up. But since I'm doing it alone at the moment, I'm gonna loosen it up a little bit like I just did, raise it up, close it, and then do the other side. So it's gonna be like a little kind of like a shimmy all the way to the top. So I'm gonna loosen this side up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, close it, then do the same thing on the other side. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, close it, and then now we're gonna start on the second knob. Raise it up all the way, or as much as you can, and then we're gonna do the other side. Okay, so for now this is good. It's your own personal preference if you want to leave it dangling a little bit, or if you want to raise it up some more. But I'm just gonna leave it like this, have it dangling a little bit. So the next step is just closing this gap right here, and then fastening the flower wall, the edges of the flower walls to the poles. So what you do is you see these buttons right here, you just close them. You just close them. Just do that throughout the whole process. And then in the middle, there's also going to be buttons. I'm not sure if the camera can get this angle, but basically, what you do is you fasten those buttons as well. Just close it. Boom. And then you close this side as well. All right, perfect. So once you're done with that, this is how it's gonna look. Next is gonna be the LED sign. The LED sign, excuse me. The LED sign is also easier if done with 2 people. But I'm going to show you just a quick explanation on how to do it with just by yourself if you're doing it by yourself. But I would recommend, asking a friend, someone you know to help you out with it, because the process is a lot easier. So basically what you do is you put it right wherever you want, if you want it up here, wherever. But usually I'm just gonna put it in the middle for now. And then what you do is you either get a zip tie, a piece of string, fishing line, whatever you have. Right now I have like pieces of string. So what you do is there's gonna be a hole right here, and you just pull it through like that. And once it's through, you're gonna connect it to the grid in the back. There's gonna be a grid right here. So what I do is basically, I'm gonna tie it to that grid. And it would be a lot easier if, say I had a second person, they'd be holding it on both sides, and all I would have to do is tie it together. So, and actually, this is actually very difficult if you're doing it alone, so I highly recommend doing it with someone else, because I can't even do it alone. Let's see. Featuring my wife, probably the person that sold you on, or booked with. I feel like it might be easier with zip ties. All right, so you see I got it through the grid. So now all you gotta do is just tie it again, cut it maybe if you want to, make it look clean. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And then all you gotta do now, say I already have this part installed, all you gotta do is just put this thing through the middle of that opening, put it through. And then after that, just connect it. Connect it to a power outlet. And we should be good to go. And then obviously you're gonna have this side even with the other side. And then there we have a fully installed flower wall. And since we're already here, we're also gonna show you how to break it down if you do need help breaking it down. Basically, first thing.
I never clicked record.
On what part did we stop? The whole part?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, we'll just redo it.
That's so annoying.
So basically, to break it down, all you have to do is obviously turn off the light, disconnect it from the adapter, and then just cut with a knife, box knife, scissors, anything you can find really. Just cut it on both sides and then take it off. Okay. Put that to the side. You can roll this up however way you want. Just go like this, you know, just put that to the side. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna unbutton or unlatch, whatever you want to call it. All these buttons, the ones you connected. And then unlatch the middle as well. After that, basically you do the opposite thing as we did the other time. If you have a second person helping you out, it would be a lot easier. But if you're alone, just go small steps at a time. A small shimmy to the bottom. Just go like that. Bring it all the way down. And then what you're going to want to do as well, if you have the space, always try to bring that out so it could be easier to roll it and put it back in the bag. So basically, since I'm tall enough here, I am going to unlatch it from the hold already. Next thing I am going to do take it off, and then all you gotta do now is just roll it up like this. Then let me go get the bag. If you have a green bag like this, you're gonna put both of them in here. If you have a gray bag, it's gonna be 2 bags, and you put 1 in each bag. What do? You put it like this. Basically, just put it how you found it. And in there. And then basically do the same thing, roll it up and put it back in there. And then undo these, just righty tighty, lefty loosey. Take it off. And then don't forget the poles, the bases, and the flower wall, and if you bring it out neon sign, don't forget any of that, then just bring it back to us like that, and we're good to go. Thank you.